Our first speaker will take us on a journey that may hit closer to home than we may want to admit, revealing truths we all carry but rarely speak of. It's about something that can follow us no matter where we live, what we achieve, or who we're with. It's something we often hide, but it shapes us more than we realize. Please welcome Johanna Fonesca with her Icebreaker speech entitled, Loneliness in a Crowded Room.
Good morning. Thank you. All right, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So I want to ask you guys to be a little bit vulnerable for me, okay? Raise your hand if you've ever felt alone. Keep those hands up if you've been around other people, but you still felt alone. Wow, look around. Thank you for your vulnerability. Loneliness isn't about where you are. It's the disconnect that you feel inside. It's the quiet ache of being unseen, unheard, or even afraid of being misunderstood. Let me tell you my story. I grew up in New York City, a place where 8.5 million people fill the streets. But in that crowded city, it was just my mom and I. You figured we should have been close, right? But we weren't. We lived in the same orbit, orbiting the same sun, but we just never collided. We lived in the same house, same table, with that same silence. As we got older, we just drifted apart, not even in the same galaxy anymore. So I grew up feeling alone and lonely, even though I was surrounded by 8.5 million people. At 21, I thought I found a cure for loneliness: marriage. I thought that my husband would be the one to be my gravity, holding me steady. But quickly, I found myself at home, tugging a toddler and a baby crying. I loved him. I love him. He loves me. Yet, I still felt alone. So, we made the bold decision to leave New York City. Why? Raising kids in the Bronx. Picture this. Going to the playground, having to clean off needles, walking over people that are getting high off of things like WD-40. Who wants that as an environment to raise their kids in? Yeah, neither did I. So we packed up what we could in our Hyundai Santa Fe, drove 1,096 miles south to Florida, to sunshine, to hope. Or so we thought. 48 hours in, we ran a stop sign that was hidden at a weird angle. Sirens, flashing lights immediately. Gun drawn, pointed right at us. Hands out the window, he yells. Trembling, hands out. We put our hands out the window. I'm like, we have kids in the car. Two trembling faces, wide-eyed, confused in the back seat. The officer lowers his gun, but not his suspicion. And he asks, why are you in this area? Are you lost? Yes, I'm lost. Not only in this area, but in this road that we call life. I mean, we're in a new state, new friends, no family, no safety net. But eventually, we started working in the school system. We both began working in Orange County Public Schools. We started off as teachers' assistants, and then we became teachers. Now I thought, loneliness doesn't stand a chance when you're juggling a full-time job, raising kids, managing a household, or so I thought. Because when you shove loneliness in the back seat, it doesn't leave. It waits quietly, patiently, like a fire brewing beneath the ashes, waiting for that moment where life slows down. That moment came when I decided to leave my full-time position and pursue my PhD full-time. Now, my busyness was gone. Loneliness just started crawling back, but no more as a whisper, now like a roar, feeding me lies. You're not enough. You don't belong here. You're alone again. I believed it. I built up walls, sharp, barbed-wired walls, and I stood guard like that police officer did to us here in Orlando. Weapons drawn, ready to shoot. But the problem is that when you live like that, your loved ones are the ones that get caught in that crossfire. The very ones that I wanted to protect were the most wounded by my defenses. But counseling has taught me something new. Loneliness isn't an intruder that you can just fight off, but a drought that had me quietly drying me out. I thought if I can keep everything together, if I can keep my cracks hidden, I'd be okay. But I was wrong. Healing means letting the sky open, letting the tears fall, and trusting that something can grow again in those places that were once cracked and dried. Lowering weapons, like that officer did once his suspicion was gone, realizing that we weren't a threat. Learning to leave the lonely orbit that I've traveled for so long, opening space for others to spin alongside me. Now, let me ask you, are you keeping yourself busy to silence that loneliness inside? Are your defenses keeping other connections away? Loneliness touches us all, but it doesn't define us. It can whisper that you are invisible, that no one notices, that no one cares. But those lies are the mind telling you, and that's what it does when it's hurting. When we step out of the prison of our minds and allow others in, we begin to see that the isolation lives mostly in our minds. The walls may have convinced us otherwise, but connections were always there, quiet, steady, waiting to be embraced. And when you choose to embrace, the loneliness softens. The dry lands begin to flourish. The walls begin to crumble. You realize you were never truly alone. Love, connection, and support were always there, orbiting around you, just waiting for you to open up your heart and let them in. Thank you.